Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that you picked up because we have so much to talk about. If you're new here, my name's Kiana and you're about to be let in on a lot of information on my life. I kind of just want to update the people who are here every single week. I'm glad that you're here anyways. So yeah, I'm just going to do my hair, do my makeup, and just get ready and kind of give you guys an overall update. I love doing these sort of FaceTime calls because over on my TikTok, which is I'm kind of known for, it's just not enough time to really explain what's going on in my life and really show you guys my full personality or just give you updates. So I love doing YouTube just to give overall, just like a full circle of myself. And this still isn't even everything. It's just a good place to start. I will have all of the products that I'm using if you're ever curious down below. I just can't be bothered to say what everything is. We're just gonna start with my skincare. Anyways, how have you guys been? Have you been good? I have been good and bad. I've had a lot of amazing things happen in my life recently and a lot of really scary things and really sad things. And yeah, I guess we can just get into it straight off the bat. I will do the good thing first, I think. I think that would be fun, and then I'll do like a bad thing, and then I'll do another really good thing. Starting off with a really amazing thing, I did get engaged. I'm not wearing my ring right now just because I was just in the shower and I'm putting on all of my products and my hair care products. I don't want my ring to get dirty too fast. I'm really, really paranoid and kind of psychotic about it. So I put it on if I'm like going through the house all day. If I'm not, like if I'm putting products on my face, then I will delay putting it on. It is beautiful. If you guys didn't see, it's over on my Instagram and my TikTok. I'm out of this. I'm out of this. And it's a really, really good one. And I'm kind of annoyed about it, but it's okay. I'll use a little less than I'm used to. Yes, I did get engaged. So if you guys didn't know, a lot of people didn't know. It's because we just don't talk about our relationship online. Mainly like Brady just doesn't want to be posted online. That's my fiance, which is so fun to say because now it's not boyfriend. I keep catching myself and I keep saying boyfriend. I'm like, actually it's fiance, which sounds so fancy. And it almost sounds, I wish there was a different word because it almost sounds just like I'm better than you. I have a fiance and I don't know why I think that. I just think it's a really, really fancy word and I shouldn't be using it. Anyways, yeah, it was amazing. We've been together for 4 years now, or almost 4 years. In December, it'll be 4 years. And our first date was definitely over 4 years ago. Anyways, I don't usually post him too much online just because people can be mean. And also like, I love sharing my life with you guys. I love sharing my tips and tricks, all of my hair care. There is a certain boundary that I want to put because I do like some of my life to be private. I like it to be a secret. I don't want everything to be out in the open. As fun as it is to have like best friends online and have a community online, I do think that there is a boundary to be drawn of like, I want some of my personal life to stay personal and stay private. And I think that it's just healthier that way. And one of my main things that I believe that in is relationships. I just believe that relationships should be personal. And I've had to learn this even the hard way from like my family because I grew up in a very, very, very open family of like, we tell each other everything at all times. My mom literally is my best friend. And I had to learn the hard way of every single time that something went wrong in my relationship, I was telling her everything that was going on. And at one point I realized that she really only had heard bad things about Brady, and that was my fault because I just was telling her everything. And anytime we had an argument, I was running to my mom. And I think that that's an acceptable thing to do to a certain extent. At some point in a relationship, you need to be able to rely on just each other and, you know, not rant about your life to the world or to all of your best friends. Like, there's obviously boundaries with it. You can talk about stuff as much as you want or as little as you want. I just think that there's some things that should stay private in a relationship, and I'm a very firm believer of that. And I think that it makes you grow much stronger and it makes you more dependent on each other because you have to, you know, work through it together. With all that being said, that's kind of why I don't post him too much online. I'm like not in the mood to do my hair. I know I'll be happier if I do it. I'm just like, should I do my makeup first? Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do my makeup first. It was an amazing engagement. I kind of suspected it was coming. I made a whole TikTok about it, how I was like getting ready because I was like, I'm pretty sure that I'm getting proposed to today. And I was right. He was kind of acting funny the whole weekend. I believe if you've been with someone long enough and you really know them inside and out and you're about to marry them, I feel like you can tell, especially men, like they're not the best at keeping secrets. And when they're nervous, like they're hardly ever nervous. When they're nervous, like you can really tell, or at least that's how it is with Brady. And so it was like every phone call he was taking with his mom, he was outside, which is really weird because me and his mom are really close. And so anytime she's on the phone, we're always talking together. And he was going outside for all of that. And then it was that we were gonna have family pictures. Is my phone going off? Oh, it is. That we were gonna have family pictures over at his lake house. I'm sorry, I'm dealing with sniffles because I'll tell you later, it's also connected. If you're grossed out by me touching my nose and then touching my face, get over it. It's my body, okay? It's all of me. Anyways, it was gonna be family pictures at his family's lake house, and they were gonna be like for the fall. And so his mom was texting us and telling us we're all like what all we were gonna be doing. And I was kind of convinced. At the same time, I was like, maybe not. Maybe that's like not what this is. And I just kept going back and forth and thinking. And then he told me I usually do press-on nails, and I had really, really fun ones that came in the mail, and I was really excited to use them. And he was like, hey, maybe you should do these nails. And he like picked out one of the classy ones, and he usually has like no opinion over my nails at all. He knows that I want classy nails for my engagement. So that was kind of like hint number one. And then hint number two was just that I was getting my little outfit together that I was gonna wear, and he was like, are you sure you want to wear that outfit? Are you really sure? And I was like, oh my God, you hate this outfit. Like, you hate me in this outfit. Just say it again. And he was like, no, 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 no. I think that you look beautiful in this outfit. I want to make sure you really like this outfit. So I was like, okay, something fishy is going on here. And then I was like, well, this is what I really want to wear, is like this sort of outfit. And I told him, like, kind of describing what I wanted to wear. I was like, I don't own anything like that. And he goes, okay, go to the mall and go get you something, which is like totally out of character for him. You know, I feel like most people are gonna tell me don't buy something new just for one event, especially my boyfriend. He's gonna be like, you have so many clothes at home, like you look pretty and everything, like why don't you just wear something like that? And this time he was like, no, go get your best friend, like go to the mall. It's fishy, right? Like that's fishy. Why would I need to look my absolute best for family pictures? That's beyond me. And so I was like, okay, I officially think it's happening tomorrow. I was right. I showed up to the lake house. No one else was there. There's a singular rose right outside of their door, which I thought was so cute. So I picked it up. When I went inside, he had like a little sign that said, I'll see you down at the dock, which if you don't know, you probably don't. The lake house is a very, very important part of our relationship. Honestly, bodies of water is very, very important to our relationship. We met out on a boat in college. One of our friends has a boat. Don't ask me. I don't even understand it either. I don't know how that happened. They just got blessed somehow. Anyways, they had a boat, and so we got blessed by being asked to be out on it all the time. And so we just ended up hanging out. And I mean, it was the funky year. It was the COVID. It was like the year right after COVID. And so all of the schools were back in session. Everyone was still really concerned about COVID. So most of our classes were still online. Even though they basically were like, we're not worried about it and everyone can be on campus, they still had most of our classes online. So most of the days we were just out on the boat because it was like the same. I basically was like best friends with all of his roommates and everything. So it was like him, his friends, or like his roommates, and then one house right next to his, and then all of the girlfriends. And I was like, we just hung out 24/7, like just on the boat. That's all we did. And so we hung out all the time. And eventually he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I ended up like staying with him at his lake house for like a whole week, just me and him, which was like a whole nother thing. And I mean, we just go to the lake house all the time. We're always at the beach, or we're always near the water. It's a very important part of our relationship. And I kind of mentioned that to him, that whatever the proposal was, I just wanted it to be something for us. And that's exactly what it was. So that's great. And then there was all these like down at the dock, he was waiting for me, he had little music playing, and he was dressed all cute, actually in a brand new outfit, and he had brand new boots. And I thought that was so cute that he got like a whole new outfit just for this situation. I also thought it was super cute. Like he had my vlog camera, literally this one. He had it set up, he had like his phone set up, everything recording, because he knows that like I want to capture these moments. And I also told him that I wanted it to just be us. Like I didn't really want a photographer there. I wanted it to just be us. I'm gonna have a photographer for like our, you know, official engagement pictures. Like there will be plenty of time for that. I just wanted it to be us. Like our whole relationship has been us. Why would it be any different this time? I'm very big on privacy, if you can't tell, and which is crazy because this is my job. Anyway, he just like brought me over and he said a lot of sweet things, and I kind of blacked out. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was so excited. I was so nervous and just anticipating everything. And then he got down on one knee and asked me, he said, I want you to be my wife. And I was like, I want that too. So anyways, I said yes, and we just hung out at the lake house by ourselves for another like 2-3 hours. I ended up making my rounds of like FaceTiming everyone and surprising them. My whole family, they already knew. And then my best friend, she knew because he was like calling her and asking for advice. Everyone else in our lives, like no one else knew. So I was able to call everyone and kind of do FaceTimes and show everyone the ring and talk about it, and everyone was super excited. And then what I really loved is that he knew that I wanted it to be private, then he actually had a dinner prepared, or like a dinner scheduled with both of our families so that I could just celebrate it with somebody. I wanted to celebrate it with him at the same time. You're so excited, like you want to tell everybody, you want to like show it off, you want to talk about it, and who's better than that than my family? Here's where I'll get into a sad part of my life. My father was actually not able to make it because he is up in Indiana right now with my grandmother, because on September 30th, my grandfather passed away, which I'm gonna try really hard not to cry because he was a very big part of my life. So that's where I was saying I'm gonna jump from like a really happy thing straight into a sad thing. It does flow, I guess, into the conversation. My father was unable to be there because he's with my grandmother and kind of taking care of her and making sure she's all right and settled in. Because yes, September 30th, my grandfather passed away. We had his funeral that first week of October. We were all up in Indiana. He's had heart problems for a large portion of his life. I believe like his first heart attack happened when he was late 50s, maybe even early 60s. And my grandparents have really just been going through it for the past like 5 years. So they're taking care of each other, and then they forget to take care about themselves, and then they go and get all these tests done that they were supposed to get the whole time, and find out that they actually have something wrong with them too. So then they're back and forth, like they're taking care of one person at a time, and then they forget about themselves because they're fully devoted to each other. And it was not an easy thing. I'm gonna hold off putting on my mascara. It was really hard. It is really hard. I guess yesterday has been a full month since it happened. So I'm kind of speechless. I don't even know how you would talk about grief. It's crazy because I thought I was a very, in a way, like insensitive person and not emotional person, because when you think, not that anyone ever thinks, but intrusive thoughts get the best of you sometimes. And if you're ever thinking like, what would I do if I lost this person? What would I do if how would you react? Some people, they immediately may start crying at the thought of it. And then for me, it was like, I was just emotionless anytime I think of like, what would happen if I lost this person? And I think the best way to describe it is not that I'm psychotic. I think it is that it is such an unfathomable sense of loss and experience that you have no emotion because you don't even know where to begin on how you would feel. Like it seems so out of the picture that nothing can prepare you for how you would feel. And that's exactly what happened. Like nothing could have prepared me. I think for the first few days, I was just kind of numb to it, and I hadn't really thought about it. And I don't really think that it hit me until the night before the funeral. And Brady actually went up there with me, which was really, really sweet. I love that he was there. He wasn't able to stay the whole time because he wasn't able to get off work. He was there for the whole weekend, and he was able to like see my family, and he's such like a bright energy, and it's just so amazing to have him around. And I think everyone was very happy that he was there because he's just so funny and bubbly, and he really knows how to liven the area. No one prepares you also for how hard it is to live so far away from your grandparents. If you guys don't know, I live in North Carolina and my grandparents are in Indiana, and it's always been that way. The rest of our family is in Florida, so we're, torn one way or the other. There's Ohio, Indiana, and Florida. And it's made me realize something. If I can control it, like I don't want my parents to be far away from me whenever I have kids, because it's hard. It really is. My parents didn't have a choice. It was just job opportunity that came up to them, so they had to move. I don't know. It's hard because you're close with them at the same time. I mean, I hadn't seen them since January, which is crazy. Like I hadn't seen them in, what is that? Almost like 10 months? No, like 8 months, something like that. Which was also like really, really sad to know that the last time that I talked to them was probably a FaceTime. I think my grandma's doing so much better. My dad is still up there. I think he's actually coming home tomorrow just for the weekend. There's just a lot of stuff that they got to settle out. I'm so happy like I have Brady through it. And I think something that someone told me that was very important, they said when you're picking out like your spouse, your person, and I really like emphasize this to you, is that person, like this one question I think can really answer a lot of doubts. Can that person get you through the grief of losing your grandparents, losing your parents? And if they can't, then it's like, is this really the person, because they need to be able to do that for you. Sorry, this is like a really serious conversation. I haven't said this anywhere on the internet, and that's kind of why you'll notice like September 30th through like I think October like 15th. I need to stop saying like, it's an actual issue. I just didn't post much. I had nothing to post. I debated posting about him and I just wasn't really ready to do that. And I just, again, like I said, I like my privacy. And yeah, if that person can't get you through the grief of losing someone like that, then I just think that they're not the person for you. Like, they don't know exactly what it is that you need. And for me, like, Brady knows exactly that. He knows exactly what it was. He knew that I needed time to heal. He knew that I just needed him to honestly be silent and just be there with me. Then, you know, a few weeks later, he knew that I needed someone who's gonna push me and to be like, okay, you know, not that everyone's grief timing is exact in like the exact same time. He could tell with me that I was either going to start getting frustrated because I wasn't getting work done, I was letting myself go, or he could have told me, you know, get back on the horse. You can still grieve him. He would want you, you know, to have things going on. And so, I mean, Brady was just he's just an amazing partner. And that's why I love him so much. And that's why saying yes to the engagement was just such like an easy portion. Like, it's the easiest decision of my life. He really is just that person for me. And I hope everyone who's watching this eventually finds that person. The engagement was actually supposed to happen that weekend, apparently. So obviously had to postpone it. And then Brady just waited until he kind of felt like it was better timing. It was a little bit less, you know, rushed and shocking. And I think that the timing was perfect. And then we're gonna turn it up happy again, you guys. The next week, this past weekend actually, I literally just got back. It's crazy to think I've been engaged for what, 2 whole weeks now? Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, so the following weekend, this past weekend, I got the most amazing opportunity. I went on a brand trip, which I know brand trips are controversial. Bear with me because this one, I think, to me, is the way that most of them should be done if it's gonna happen. I went on a brand trip with Not Your Mother's. If you don't know what Not Your Mother's is, I'm literally about to use their products again. It's a hair company. I use their products non-stop and I have raved about them. I always tell people if you're just getting started on your curly journey, like the best place to start is Not Your Mother's because they have such a variety of products for under $9. Like, everything is under $9. They're sold at, I think, Target, Walgreens, CVS, like all these places. And it is just an overall amazing product line. And I will use them over high-end products. Like, I am gonna use them today in my routine just because some of their products are some of my favorite products for that product genre, like gels or, you know, oils, that kind of thing. They need to come out with an oil. They don't have one and I'm kind of pissed about it because I would really love for them to. I will say oils is like the one thing I usually go luxury on because I just find that the formulas are better. Anyways, went on a trip with them. Essentially at the end of July, they reached out and they were like, hey, we would love to send you on a brand trip. We're doing ours slightly different than everyone else does theirs. And I was like, okay, intriguing. And the weirdest thing is, I don't believe in manifesting. If I'm being completely honest with you right now on a real note, I believe that manifesting is just the devil's version of praying. I think you're gonna think I'm crazy for that. I don't believe, this is such a tangent, I will be quick. I don't believe that the devil does anything original, and I believe that the devil will try and get people away from God as much as possible. And manifesting is the whole idea of like, I bring everything good to myself. I manifest everything in my life. I bring everything. Whereas in Christianity, it's like everything that's good comes from God. Yes, you are doing it yourself. You're doing it yourself through the will of God. Like, you are doing it for him. He's bringing good things in return, that sort of thing. So the whole idea of praying and praying for amazing things to happen to you, to me, is the same exact thing of being like, amazing things will happen to me today, except you're putting it in yourself and you're putting it in the world rather than putting it in God. Anyways, oh no, my camera's getting hot. I don't know how to make it not hot. I mean, I may have to pause. Anyways, I woke up from a dream literally the night before I got this email, dreaming that I had gone on this Not Your Mother's trip. And I thought it was really weird. It was so deja vu. Woke up, saw that I actually got an email from another brand trip, and I was like, whoa, what is happening? They wanted to send 3 different influencers on 3 different curated trips. Well, like, each gets their own trip. So basically they reached out to me and they said, we don't want to send these influencers on a trip that they don't know, that's not genuine, they don't know the people they're going with, like all this stuff. We want it to be very natural for your posting. We want it to make sense. Like, you already use all of our products, which is why we chose you. We're not choosing people who are just popular because they're popular. Like, we want people who clearly use our products, that have brought in a lot of revenue for us by using all our products. And I mean, I rave about their products all the time. So I was like, sign me up. Where do I gotta sign up? And I've done multiple deals with them in the past too, because I just rave about their products nonstop. And this one was just like such a full circle moment for me, because they did reach out and they said, yeah, we want to send you on your own trip. You can choose who goes and what you do. We just ask that it's something that is very relevant, I guess, like to a girl your age, or maybe even a little bit younger, like something that's very natural for your content. And they sent over a few examples, different ideas. I knew exactly what it was that I wanted to do, and that was, I wanted to go to a Sabrina Carpenter concert really, really bad. I went to hers last year before she was even on tour with Taylor Swift. Me and my best friend Paige were obsessed with Sabrina, and we love her so much. I know I don't know her. I know that's like a parasocial like thing. Anyways, love her so much. Ugh, the sun really said I'm here. Anyways, I did my hair. I decided just to film it over on TikTok, just so that I would have even more content. She turned out great. The products that I use, I'll show you real quick. They're kind of my holy grail products if I want a good routine. Like, if I know I don't want to mess it up. I start with the Sol de Janeiro, what is this? Leave-in conditioner, that's right. And then something about this, I don't know what it is. It makes every hair day really good. I don't know why I use anything else. Function of Beauty Mousse. Then I go in with my Not Your Mother's Curl Talk gel, and then the Caritas elixir oil. I don't know, it's really good. That was my routine. Like I was saying, I'm sorry, I'm eating my little snack. Like I was saying, I got to go on this amazing trip, and they basically said that you can go anywhere it is that you want in the continental US. So I was like, okay, I don't want to just see her here in town. Like, even though she is coming, you know, to my town, I was like, I want to see her somewhere I've never been before, like one of the states I've never gone to. And I decided Texas, and further research, I realized that she was going to Houston, Dallas, and Austin just looked so fun. So I immediately was like, I want to go to Austin, and then basically found out all the places that I wanted to eat or the things that I wanted to do. And we went, and it was so much fun. I took Paige, which is a good friend of mine. And then I took Taylor, which is a friend I recently made actually in the influencer industry while I was on the Sephora trip. Taylor Donahue. I hope I'm saying that right. I love Taylor. She's so sweet. And it was just like the perfect trio to go on the trip with, and it felt like a girls trip. Like, it didn't feel too branded. They did deck out like the hotel rooms for us, and I obviously had a few little bits of content that I needed to create for them while I was there. It's crazy because I would have brought like their gel anyways, so I just made a few little bits of content with them. Actually found out that I love using their straight hair products for blowouts. Really, really nice. And yeah, it's been such a fun experience. It was so amazing. Just got back, and I have literally nothing bad to say about it, other than one thing, and this leads me into my next sad point. Not really sad, nothing like my last sad point. I'll make this, well, I have to end on a good note, so I guess this isn't my last sad thing. It's my last sad thing. Can I speak? Oh my God, you guys, do you hear me right now? I wasn't allowed to eat all of the crazy fun foods while I was there. There was one place called Baked Bear there in Austin, and I guess there's multiple locations. It's a gourmet ice cream cookie shop. They had a dairy-free, gluten-free option. If you guys don't know, I am dairy-free and gluten-free. Neither of them are by choice. Like, I really have to do it, otherwise I'm in a lot of pain. I'm celiac, and then also not really lactose intolerant. I don't handle dairy well, so never really been diagnosed with any of that. Still, I recently found out I've been having so many gut issues, and I thought maybe it's just because I am celiac. Like, I know there's a lot of stuff that goes along with that. Recently, there's just been so many foods that I can't handle. Anytime that we go out to eat, like, everything hurts my stomach. And then, this is TMI, like, I just wasn't going to the bathroom ever. I mean, I would go like 2 weeks and nothing would happen. Like, I was always in immense pain constantly. And I went to my doctor, and like, he kept saying IBS, which, if your doctor tells you it's IBS, I'm not a doctor. In my experience, and with everything that I've done research up on and people I've talked to who have similar experiences, anytime that your doctor says that it's IBS, that's basically code word for we don't know what it is, because we don't really know that too crazy much about the gut. So we just put everyone under this umbrella of IBS, and you got to figure it out on your own. That is basically what I've learned, because I don't think that IBS is like a real thing. IBS is just, you know when they say like, oh, you just have a bug that's going around when you're all sniffly? It's the same thing. Like, there's definitely something that's causing it. They don't know what it is, so they just group everything together. It's literally what it is. They're like, oh, you just have a little bug going on. So anyways, this is my snack right now, because to fix what my actual issue is. My actual issue is SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Basically, the bacteria that is in my large intestine has somehow found its way to my small intestine. So now my body is breaking down carbohydrates in my small intestine, which it's not supposed to do. That's supposed to be a job for the large intestine because of all the gas that can, like, basically just all of the byproduct and all of the gas that happens. Your large intestine can handle that and can move it through and get on out where it needs to go, whereas your small intestine, it just sits there. Also, that bacteria that is there is started to eat all of the good nutrients from the foods I was getting. So that's why I was so tired. That's why I was having all these nutritional deficiencies. That's why I was kind of losing weight for no reason, or I was gaining weight for no reason. It had nothing to do with, like, no matter how healthy I was eating. Obviously, I wasn't doing the best because I was eating all these, like, added sugars, and there's so many things that are just not good for you that's put in everyday food all the time. It's so hard to ignore it. Basically, I have to go on this thing called a biphasic diet to fix it. And essentially that means cutting out almost all carbohydrates, all fermented foods, and all added sugars, which is a very, very sad diet. It's basically carnivore. And I can't have nuts. I can only have a certain amount. And even these, they're just lightly salted nuts. The almonds, I noticed, they've been, like, doused in canola oil, which I'm really not supposed to have. It's so hard to stick as strict as you can to this diet unless you're making absolute everything from scratch. Every meal that I have is basically a full carnivore diet, minus some veggies. I can have rice occasionally. There's so many things that are actually still good for you. I just can't have them because my body doesn't know what to do with them right now, and it's feeding that bad bacteria. So I have to starve out all of this bad bacteria for the next 8 weeks, and hopefully all of my symptoms go away. SIBO is an extremely stubborn thing, and it's very, I'm trying to be hopeful. It's very, like, helpless whenever you're online looking at everyone's stuff and they keep saying my relapse of SIBO. So everyone gets this, like, multiple times. Once you get it, it's really hard to get rid of. My doctor originally, once I tested positive for the breath test that I requested, he was like, because he didn't believe that it was even a thing. And I requested it, came back positive. He said that they were gonna put me on antibiotics. The crazy thing is, though, antibiotics can cause SIBO because what antibiotics do is they do get rid of bacteria. They get rid of good and bad bacteria. So basically think of it like a parking lot. Your gut's a parking lot. This clears everything out. It's like the bouncer. It clears everyone out. Like, nobody can get in. Then once it clears everything out, there's no saying what comes back in. So if I had, 50-50 good bacteria, bad bacteria, they all get cleared out, there's a chance that it could come back 80% bad bacteria, only 20% good. There's no guarantee that you're getting good bacteria in. So that's why I didn't go the route of antibiotics. I didn't even want to try it. Also, all of my research kind of said that that's not the way to go. So that's what I didn't do. And I'm doing this biphasic diet instead. And so far it has been really, really great. I also am taking quite a bit of supplements, like I'm taking oil of oregano, which is an antimicrobial. It's natural. I'm very big on natural medicine, if you haven't grasped that. I'm not opposed to, like, traditional medicine, modern medicine. There's a time and place for it. I'm never going to sit there and say I'll die before I'll do modern medicine. I'm not that way. I just think that there's a lot of, I don't want a pill to take care of my symptoms. I want something to take care of the root cause. So I don't want to just be on a pill for the rest of my life taking care of the symptoms when I can figure out the root cause and get down to it, because that's what they gave me for IBS. They're like, we can just give you these medicines and they'll help with all the symptoms. And I was like, what's the cause? And he kind of admitted, he was like, we don't really know the cause. And after he said that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and do my own research. I love learning about anatomy, about my own body, about how everything works. I just think it's so important, and it's kind of a lost art. Anyways, that's my last bit of sad information. I love cashews. They're so good. So yummy. Okay, my last bit of happy information is actually something for you guys. I'm really, really excited about this because if you don't know, basically all of these 2 things are all PR, and I have another box in there. I have another box sitting right in front of me. I have so much PR that I really don't know what to do with. I've had friends and family go through it. There's still so much left over. And I love doing giveaways during the holidays for you guys. Last year I did a giveaway. I think the year before that I did a giveaway. This year I want to do something slightly different. I hinted at it in a past video for 12 days of Christmas. I want to do 12 days of Christmas, and every single day I'm going to do a different giveaway. Specifically, what I think I'm going to try and do is once I pick the winner, I'm going to send you a Google Doc, and it is going to have questions about maybe like what your hair texture is like, or your skincare, or what colors you prefer for blush or lip gloss or lip liners, that kind of stuff. maybe even if you wear foundation. That way I'm not giving you stuff that you'll never use, as well as I don't want to give somebody who has extremely fair skin like a really, really deep berry blush that doesn't look right on them because it feels like a waste. Whereas I would love to give that blush to maybe like a medium skin tone that would look beautiful on it. So I want to make sure that you guys are getting products you would actually use. And I think it's going to be really, really fun. It's going to be a little hectic, but I think it's going to be really exciting. And I'm really, really excited for it. I am most likely going to hold that over on my Instagram rather than here, just because I think over on Instagram is going to be the easiest. It may even be on TikTok. It most likely will not be on YouTube. It will be on one of those. So this is a great opportunity to follow me over on Instagram or on TikTok. I may even do 6 days on Instagram, 6 days on TikTok, just because I know some people don't have TikTok, some people don't have Instagram. So I think that's like almost everything. That's kind of the majority of what's going on in my life right now. A lot of amazing stuff, a lot of not so amazing things. You just have to stay hopeful, and I'm just so blessed to still be going with it. I mean, it's all part of life, and it's all beautiful and hectic and scary at the same time. It's so hopeful, exciting, and I don't know. I hope you guys had fun getting ready with me. I know I did my hair off screen. I'm sorry. My camera decided to overheat because I am in a new filming location. Oh, that's another thing. Oh my God, one last happy thing. I'm finally started my kitchen. Yay! Yeah, so we are renovating my kitchen, our kitchen, I should say. It's kind of gonna be my kitchen. I'm the only one who really cared to renovate it. I love a kitchen. I think it is the soul of a house. I think I've talked about this multiple times with you guys, how I want that kitchen done. I want it something different. Brady officially started tearing up carpets and floors and walls, and next Tuesday we officially start actually making progress. Like right now he's doing the demo. The contractor comes in on, I believe, the 4th or the 5th of November. So I am really excited, and that's why this is like my new filming location right now. I actually have to use my office for once, which is really weird. I will hopefully have the most amazing, beautiful background for my future videos and TikToks and stuff, which is obviously not why I'm doing it. It is a pro for sure. The middle floor is going to be my sanctuary. It's gonna have my little living room in it that is so cute and dainty. It's also gonna have this beautiful kitchen, and don't worry, I'm not whitewashing everything. I know that's like a big fear of everyone's. I do like color. At the same time, this is not our forever home, so I do have to make it something that will sell well, so I can't make it like too eclectic. So it will be slightly whitewashed, slightly have color. You'll see. It's gonna be really cute. I'm really excited, and I am probably gonna do a whole video on that. It's gonna be probably a few months because kitchens take a long time to do. I'm so excited, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys because this is my job. This is how I pay for things. And so it's just the most amazing opportunity, and I'm so grateful and thankful. And I hope that you guys had an amazing time getting ready with me today. I think that's everything I could say. I need to do like a fall vlog, like a true fall vlog, because the leaves are falling and I really want to do it. I can't do anything like fall fun. Like I want to have all the fun sweets, and I literally can't. I can't have chai. I can't have any of the fun, cute pastries, even if they were gluten-free, because I'm not supposed to be eating that stuff right now. So it just puts a bummer on things. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday, and yeah. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.